nobody to drink with, so I'll just have to drink all by myself. After all, this is a very special occasion. Premiere of Mansion of the Damned. It's not quite like the old days, is it? God. Every limousine in Hollywood. And the lights. Those great big searchlights probing the sky. And crowds. Hundreds, thousands of people. Oh, and cameras. Microphones. And now, I'm having my Hollywood premiere at home. Just me and my little video cassette machine. Oh, the world is certainly changing, isn't it? Not for the better. Very well, Owen, my darling. Let's see what our big picture looks like on a tiny little screen. Nola Madisson in Mansion of the Damned. Oh, thank you, Owen, billing me out of the title. What a nice gesture. What a shame Elliot isn't here. Well, I'll just have to be an audience of one. You were never lovely. I gotta start a whole new trend with this picture.
To the chambers of hell. Oh, your servant, Hester Atherton, begs the mercy of the master of Hades.
The door.
Thus do I.
Maybe Elliot has changed his mind.
There is no change.
So
Not
you.
myself.
May I come in, Nola?
You come in. I've been having the most wonderful time, Deborah. I've been attending my first preview of Mansion of the Damned.
I yield you
And you
my
know
powers.
something?
It changed me
marvelous.
myself.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Yes. I can see that you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, you mean this? I would have preferred champagne, but there isn't any in the house. Can I get you something?
No, thank you. This is official business.
Oh, dear. I know just what you're going to say.
Do you think you could possibly turn that television off?
Ancestor, the words are mine. The spell is mine. The power
You're
is
going
mine.
to complain
All
to me
mine.
again about my nasty little practical joke.
Back to myself, not.
Well, I'll tell you what, darling. Would you accept an apology? I'm feeling so good this evening. I want to make friends with the whole world.
I'm glad you're feeling in high spirits.
I am, and it's not because of these spirits. It's the movie, darling. You know, I really think that's why I did all those nasty little things. It's because I was so nervous about how Mansion of the Damned was going to turn out. I mean, the actors never really know how a picture is going to turn out. Not until the final cut. You can't tell if it's going to be a lemon or a lollapalooza. You probably never heard that word, did you? Because I haven't seen the second half yet, so I don't know if the ending is as good as the beginning.
But we both do know how the story ends, don't we?
Yes, happily. Hester Atherton gets exactly what she wants.
Evil triumphs.
Well, isn't that the charm of the movie? No ordinary happy ending.
I know another story that doesn't have a happy ending, Nola.
Oh, really?
The Draper Scott story. Suppose you know where he is right now, don't you? On a train, heading for prison.
Oh, what a pity. I'm sure he's a very fine young man, basically. But he should have learned to control his temper.
Nola, Draper Scott did not kill Margo Dorn.
Huh? If I didn't know better, darling, I think you were the one who was drinking. But I can see you're horribly sober and very unhappy.
The only reason I'm unhappy is because it took me so long to get at the truth. And because I couldn't find out the truth sooner, I had absolutely no choice but to provide evidence against Draper.
Yes, he's your friend, of course. That's why you'd like nothing better than to prove someone else did it? That's why you work so hard to railroad poor Elliot.
Ah, we were wrong about Elliot.
Well, nice of you to admit it. Too bad he's not home to receive your apologies.
Yes, we know that Elliot didn't kill Margo, even though he had a very strong motive. In fact, it was the same as yours.
Only criminals have motives, darling. I'm only an actress. You want to see?
No, thank you, Nola. In fact, I came here to show you something. Have you ever seen this before?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Deborah. And as for that, I assume it's somebody's hairpiece?
Yes, it is.
Well, then perhaps I've seen it on somebody's head.
It belonged to Margo Dorn.
Oh, how nice for her. I must say, I never realized the lady was bald.
She wasn't. She wore this hairpiece on the occasions when she didn't want to do her own hair.
Oh, that's hardly unusual, darling.
I suppose you're quite accustomed to hairpieces yourself.
I've worn every conceivable kind in my career, darling. Surely you remember that magnificent fright wig in Mansion of the Damned?
Ah, yes, and I also remember the lovely little gray wig you wore in Mansion of Deborah.
How clever of you, darling.
But of course we never made the connection between Hester's wig and Mrs. Corey's wig and Margot's wig. You see, we only found out that the wig was stolen a couple of hours ago. And of course, who searches an apartment for something like this when they're looking for clues?
And just where did you find the wig, Deborah?
I think you know where I found it, Nola. And I think you know what it was used for.
I know nothing of the kind.
It was quite a make-up triumph of yours, wasn't it?
What?
Nola, you wore this wig the night that you murdered Margo Dorn.